So, good day, everyone on the call on this webinar. My name is Marie Blanchard. I am part of the SOLIDWORKS EDU team, and I am so happy today to introduce our guest educator, Theodore Chortatsos, instructor at the University of West Attica in Athens, Greece, and head of the SOLIDWORKS user group in Athens. So from his students, he introduced innovation with SOLIDWORKS so many years ago, and he's going to talk about that. And I am extremely fortunate to know, as part of the SOLIDWORKS user group network, he has shared his knowledge with our community of our customers and students around the world. So Theodore, I'm going to pass it over to you, and welcome.
Thank you very much, Valerie. It's an honor being here and presenting to other teachers too, to other educators too. So I'm also very excited for this. Please allow me for a short introduction about myself. Through the years, I graduated as a mechanical engineer back in the year 2000, and I had my first, let's say, teaching or educating steps in year 2002, teaching that time mechanical drafting, because we were in a 2D mode yet. In the Technological Educational Institute of Crete, also an island in Greece. My first, let's say, steps with SOLIDWORKS goes back in 2006. So now I'm an adult user, more than 20 years back, of SOLIDWORKS. I got my first certificates in year 2008, and we'll speak more about certification for students. That time I was an educator, but in year 2009, I introduced to the Technological Educational Institute of Crete the first, let's say, certifications for students. So you can understand I have a long history with certifications for students. In the year 2009, I was teaching machine design using CAD. At that time, it was introduced the SOLIDWORKS and the certification for students. I got my CSWE certification many years later. In between, I had, let's say, a working experience in industry around the world. In year 2021, I was certified as simulation expert. In the most recent years, I joined the University of West Attica, which I am a member of, at the Department of Industrial Design and Production. And after I joined the university, I was certified as SOLIDWORKS accredited educator. So I'm trying my best to introduce SOLIDWORKS to our students. I am, let's say, having certain activities that with the curriculum for the students, and now I will talk some more about that, unless you have any questions. So I am working with students for the undergraduate studies. For their undergraduate studies, I support for those students that they would like to do some design work. I support them, I provide them, the university, not me, the university provides licenses, education student license to the students in order to fulfill the design requirements for their diploma projects. You can see here are cards for a heavy, let's say, card for industry. And these projects, some of those projects are coming from actual, let's say, need for companies. I was in contact with some companies. They would like, okay, I would like to have this kind of project, a good opportunity to to give this to students in order to provide, to work on that, to provide a viable solution. So it will be good for you and for them, for their to gain experience, real world experience during the education.
And Theodore, we were
Yes.
talking earlier. I know we have different people from around the world
Mhm.
joining. Your students, how many year program is this?
It's a 5-year program. So I'm involving with them from third semester to the final year in different, let's say, uh, uh, courses and different uh, projects. But after the third semester to the fifth year of their studies.
Thank you.
Other projects that students are participating and completing is some design projects for, let's say, some university teams regarding the racing. There is a racing team in the university, so they work in with SolidWorks in order to design things for the racing team. And
Is that Formula Student?
Yes, yes, it's former students. Many universities here in Greece have teams to participate in that competition. One of those teams are located in the University of West Attica. And also, I will speak more about the certification. Already, I have many students from that team joining on the preparation courses for the certification, but I will speak more about that in a few slides later. Uh, what I because okay, I have also passion with design, but also I like FEA a lot. I'm certified solver simulation expert. I am not, let's say, responsible professor for the course of mechanics of material, but I have a very good collaboration with the professor associated with the course. So I had a discussion with him. I said, okay, let's do something more interesting in our course. Up to now, we are using the typical whiteboard in order to solve problems with typical equations, but for the students, it is only equations, formulas, numbers, boring. So what we can do in order to get their interest, to motivate them in order to see what's behind the engineering. I spoke with Professor Papadakis, and we said, okay, let's introduce FEA in mechanics in the course of mechanics of material. So from the next semester, you can see here an example. We take the exercise we are solving on the whiteboard to model it, and then we solve it with FEA to visualize the equations in real world image, not just a whiteboard 2D information, okay, boring.
That is terrific. I know when I was an engineering professor, I used to teach this course, and the students would just look at me like, what are you saying, right? It's formula after formula, solve the problem. You have this really neat graphics, and Valerie just put in the chat. I am so happy that we modified our Certified SOLIDWORKS Associate simulation exam just to talk about these core fundamentals. What you're showing here, the theory and also an application. This is really something if for those of you who are on the phone and you teach these theoretical based classes, what Theodore has done is make them exciting.
We are not teaching FEA. We are giving them the opportunity to see what FEA is, and if we manage to motivate them, we are here in order to support and teach them FEA in more depth. We are not, of course, and the good thing with SOLIDWORKS simulation is, okay, you need to know the basic stuff regarding, okay, what's the free body loads. You need to know that, but you don't need to know the equations behind the how the SOLIDWORKS solve the equations. Only how you need to know the free body diagram in order to apply the correct boundary conditions, and that's all. This is what we try to fill the gap between theory and practice. When the students will go out to work, they will not probably solve this kind of simple project. They have more complex problems, so they need to know what tools they can use, what tools they have available in order to support their work. So we, as instructors, as educators, we have the obligation to provide that to them, this knowledge.
That is fantastic.
And this is, let's say, part of the curriculum. Because, let's say, I am certified, I'm trying to, to, to get everyone be certified. This is aside or from the curriculum or from any school or any department of the university. I created, let's say, a certification preparation course in order students to be able to certify from associates to expert. As the department has licenses, we have 17 different certifications available in order to provide to students. I I'm telling them it's all there for you. Come and get it. If you don't ask, you will not get it. So I'm trying to introduce things in order to motivate them and come back to me by asking them, by asking. So I have certain, let's say, material that I introduce to them, and in order to get prepared, the students get prepared. I'm not teaching SolidWorks. I am preparing them to pass the exam. My SolidWorks.com has very good courses, CSWA and CSWP. I'm introducing that to the students. Get certified. Also, another very good database is the SolidWorks practice problems, which is available to everyone, which is on the internet. They go there, they find problems, they train themselves in order to get ready for the certification. I am during the course, the training, I am, let's say, explaining, I am giving them some tips regarding, okay, you need to know a little bit from equations. This is how you will treat with equations in order to pass the exam. Minor things in order to prepare themselves. And you can see here some students already certified. We had a short ceremony to provide the certifications. Those are students from different departments. Despite that I'm in design and production engineering school, I have students joining from naval engineering, from mechanical engineering. So it is for all engineering school. This program is open to all students from all the entire engineering school.
And when you were at 3D Experience World this year, our worldwide conference, we announced that we just went over 1 million certified users out there in the world. So no matter where your students go, you know, whether they stay in Greece, they end up working for a global company, or they go to another location. It really is a credential that you're giving them that's recognized in our community.
Uh, I strongly believe that, okay, a degree, a university degree And of course, a good diploma thesis, it's an asset. They don't have, many of the students, they don't have, let's say, the experience that they will uh, secure a position in the future work. So what we can do in order to give some more, let's say, recognition when they will apply for a job. If they provide also a certification, and because the university is already certified as SOLIDWORKS certification provider, they will get a certification of the knowledge of SolidWorks, which will give the boost probably that it is required to secure a job. So I believe it's mandatory for us to provide something more to the students, to university students.
I do agree. And it is an exam that you give that a student will remember for the rest of their lives because we keep track of that at our 3D Experience University. And I know for me, the end of the semester, it
Mm.
was always so challenging to come up with a final exam or a final evaluation. And the fact that these problems are randomized and you don't really have to worry about students, let's say, doing the wrong thing. We keep track of everything, the time, their validation to their IP address. It really helps you, I think, as an instructor, not have to think about, okay, I need something comprehensive to test skills, right? We've done that.
And yes, for sure, I have it. As educators who can use it, we appreciate that you provide that. So yeah, it is our, let's say, obligation to use it in favor of our students.
Yeah.
uh, this is also something I'm doing for the students, but in parallel of all of those two things, so based on the curriculum and the work that I'm doing for the students and how they work, how I support them, and this course training certification preparation course, university also has what it is called a Center of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. So those are, let's say, short programs. Short means from 30 to 150 or maybe some more learning hours, teaching hours for different subjects. Based on my experience, I have, and my working experience, all work experience, I have introduced one program. I am in process of introducing a second program, a lifelong learning program, which I call it CAD Skill Up. Uh, my intention is to give knowledge to. This is actually for professionals, but also for students that they have already graduated. This is so it's a next step in their educational program. I call this program CAD Skill Up because everything that I have formed, it is technical knowledge and how this knowledge will be applied in SolidWorks. For example, the first one that I have introduced, it is technical drawing and GD&T, rules and best practices applied in SolidWorks, because there is a huge gap between mechanical drawing as a course and how practical the mechanical drawing is applied in the industry. And through this program, the students or the trainees will have also the opportunity to get certified based on the topic that they will choose. So, for example, the technical drawing and GD&T, they will they can participate in get certified in CSWA exam, CSWP professional core professional example, and CSWP drawing tools. Again, this is not a program to train you in SolidWorks. This is a program that gives you knowledge, how this knowledge can be applied in SolidWorks.
And I
Uh,
think it's really great that you've added the drawing tools advanced exam, because if a student or a professional user can pass that exam, it really solidifies the use between the part, the assembly, the drawing, the bill of materials. You are multiple configurations. You're really proving your skills to work accurately and efficiently,
yes,
because you have to go back and forth between all these different type of documents, and that's how you work.
yes.
It's not like the answer is in the back of the book the first time when you're designing a product.
Yes, and also because there are certain rules that you need to follow in order to communicate effectively in industry. It's not you need to know this, and of course, if you because you are applying everything in a drawing format in SolidWorks, of course, you can then become expert professional in drawing tools. I totally agree. The second, which actually I'm under preparation for this one, it is related again with simulation. So the next one that I am I'm in process to create, it is called mechanical system analysis from theory to practice using SolidWorks simulation. So in this course, actually, I'm trying to fill the gap between mechanics of materials, machine elements, and simulation. I'm collecting projects, let's say that from industry, in order uh, to make them digestive, good enough in order to add uh, in a training module. And for students or professionals that they will choose to follow this program, they will have the opportunity to get their CSWA simulation associate certification and the CSWPS certification. So also for this, the students or the trainees can they receive their certification based on the skills that they will learn or they will expand during the training.
That is terrific. And we have hundreds of examples inside of SOLIDWORKS simulation, SOLIDWORKS flow simulation, right inside the product.
Mm.
Um, and it's interesting because I think you have to have a part open to see all these simulation tools and make sure your simulation add-in is turned on. But there's the applied problems, there's the theoretical problems, there's the NAFEMS benchmark problems. And I think, with that kind of background, depending upon your teaching style, you can really select from those that already exist. And also in my SolidWorks, there's an awful lot of examples there.
That's correct. That the amount of material that we have as instructors from SolidWorks, it is very helpful to our, let's say, tasks
Yes.
for that. It's definitely it's very helpful, definitely. Uh, the the last thing that I would like to mention. So I joined the university actually almost 1.5, uh, almost 2 years back. The next thing that I would like my students or to motivate students from the university is to create some teams, some groups in order to participate in the acrobatic competitions. It is not so, let's say, famous, but I will really would like to motivate students to form teams. And of course, we cannot be at Nashville next year, but who knows, maybe in 2028 we will be there. I don't know. But I really would like to motivate students to join, to create teams, to compete worldwide with other student teams, university teams around the world. This is my what's, let's say, I would like to achieve. In engineering, we name it short wins. This will be my short. I would like to be my short win when I join the university regarding the SOLIDWORKS. So, uh, so uh, here, this is actually the what I'm doing with university students. I don't know if there are any questions that I would like to answer.
And I just want to say the deadline to apply for a Cruti is September the 15th. And we, the team last year won from South Africa. So any any competitive team has an opportunity to just make a change not only in their local community, their country, but also to share their results with the world, along with learning so much, because we really support this. This is our competition. I know
Uh,
Formula Student, Formula SAE, the rockets, the cars, the satellite competitions. They're all amazing, but this is something that is homegrown within SolidWorks for students.
Uh, I was there in Houston last year when those two girls from Africa were announced as winners, and I really felt proud being in the educational community, even as from a different part of the world. It is, as an educator, it will be an honor for every educator that will have teams joining or winning this kind of competition. So yeah, it's an amazing.
Okay, we do have a question from Laura.
Mhm.
Laura said, "Are you incorporating 3D experience in any of your classes or teams?"
Uh, so far, no. Unfortunately, I'd say no, because let's say budget-wise, universities, let's say it's a little bit tight. But as soon as I will manage to find the funds, definitely I will incorporate because uh, what I know from SolidWorks, the 3D Experience platform, it has great tools for educators, and also it will be another, let's say, quick win if more courses from other professors will be incorporate certain things in SolidWorks, so it will the 3D experience platform will have more meaning, will be more meaningful for the entire school, not just for one course.
So, we have another question. Um, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Netislav, I'm hoping I've gotten that all right. Netislav is a professor at the Technical University of Sofia. and he has a
Okay.
SOLIDWORKS program with the faculty. I want to coordinate our training program with colleagues from the SOLIDWORKS team, to whom it will be the best to stay in contact with the Bulgarian SOLIDWORKS team or some other team. Um, Valerie, I don't know if you might be able to help with that question.
Hello, everyone. Not at this moment, but I will investigate and add some
Okay,
stuff.
and we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
When I was teaching, um, and I think this is why Theodore and I have become such good friends. Um, when I was teaching, I had the educators at my school, and I also hosted the SOLIDWORKS user group at my school. And because of that, I had a really close relationship with the value added resellers that supported myself and also the commercial customers in the area. And I know we have a value added reseller. I just don't know. I know Valerie will do the research and make sure we know who it is for you. But as an educator, there's already Valerie, you're so fast. So she put it in the chat here. I think the reseller Bulgaria TZV10, and the address is there. So Valerie's gonna type the answer. That relationship as an educator to your reseller um, is also important, and they're there to help. It also helped me bring in commercial customers with contacts um, into my classroom, not only to talk about what they did and how they used SOLIDWORKS as industry speakers, but quite frankly, for internships and jobs. Um, and it's really hard for students to get started. It is. It's as hard as it was when I was in school to it is today. And you really got to make contacts out there.
I just want to say to Ladislav, Bulgaria is a neighbor country, so if something I can assist, don't hesitate to contact me. It's from teacher to teacher, educator to educator. So please feel free to contact me. If it's something that I can assist, please do.
Yeah. I think the greatest thing for me was when one of my students, is now a teacher, and his son is actually going into teaching and teaching SolidWorks. So, as you get older, you get wisdom, and then you realize, wow, you affect so many people's lives, with a tool, with a software tool. And it's the community of growing this relationship that has really made such an impact on my life and the lives of so many around me. Makes you feel good to come to work.
Yeah, in Word, I also met the other educators like Joshua Bridges, which is an amazing teacher, and we had a very good discussion during the Word. It's joining the Word is another level of experience.
Yes. And that is something for all of you on our Swugin community.
Yeah.
Our Swugin community, there are many virtual user group meetings, and they're directed at educators. The commercial offerings are all available. I just took one on artificial intelligence and the API. I mean, I didn't know anything about that topic, right? And I think that's what's so great is you can always be learning. And when you have educators like Josh that host these virtual user group meetings,
Mhm.
you're like, wow, that's a different way of looking at it. And he has a really strong manufacturing component in his school. What his students are learning are pretty much side by side, the design make, design build in different techniques. And again, I'm still learning. I was a machine designer when I first started, and then sheet metal, but boy, I don't know anything about plastics. And you just keep learning from other user group leaders.
And because you said you mentioned community, and we're talking about here classroom or a university, I would like to say a big difference, to mention a big difference between communities and classrooms. Classrooms, you may find students that okay, they come to the classrooms because they have to. In user group meetings, in community meetings, someone comes because he has a real interest. So you will get excellent questions, tough questions. You will have very good discussion, conversations. You will learn from other users. Even if you are an expert says, okay, I don't know SOLIDWORKS. An expert, you will never hear an expert saying, I know SOLIDWORKS. So it's having minds that being in a community that you have, it has something to offer to you. It's a great advantage being in that community.
And it continues to be for me. I just can't believe, especially with the new community platform, it makes it so easy
Yeah.
to find a place in the world, whether it's virtual or local,
Mhm.
in place. You could be in London and attend a meeting. That I just saw the Nigerian user group, one of the university's student run, actually. And to be a student run user group is you really got to have a great plan, because
Mhm.
students leave. And here, a group of students got together and they showed us we're going to be able to do this year over year. And they actually meet Saturdays for coffee and they talk about SolidWorks. And it's just, you never know where that innovation just in our community is going to happen.
And if those communities will open their doors to companies, so it will attract, let's say, people from local companies,
Yes,
it will be beneficial for both sides.
exactly.
So it's for those educators that are here in our webinar, and uh, it's a good. Let's think to form a user group inside the university to motivate the students who have a real interest in SolidWorks, and definitely it will be a boost for their career, for the students, for everything. Have any other questions?
Ba, ba,
No.
ba. I think we're okay. Um,
Definitely, Marie. And if you're interested in watching all our existing EDU webinars, whether they are a teacher to teacher or more professional one from our team with specific topics, join our webinar on demand page. I indicated the link on the chat.
Thank you very much. And we love to see you. We're going to continue this series for the rest of the year, where we take a little break in the summer, but then
As
we'll
everyone.
you get to enjoy a little bit of vacation. But Theodore, I have to thank you so much for sharing your insights with the SOLIDWORKS community today. This session will be recorded and we are going to keep sharing it. I thank all of the educators that have taken time out of their day. I know how busy you are, especially this time of year, trying to finish things up in many parts of the world. And we appreciate your efforts to educate the next generation, to introduce technology learning at such a level. And Valerie, I have to thank you for putting this all together.
You're welcome. And I have a last message. We spoke about 3D experience, and I'm happy to inform you that we are organizing a free training for educators this summer. Whether you are a beginner or intermediate, you can join us. I put the link to register on the chat as well. You're welcome. It is totally free, and it will make you discover or being more trained on the 3D experience platform. Thank you very much, everyone.
That's great.
All
I will
right,
definitely
thank
register
you.
after this webinar.
All right.
I would
Thank
like to
you.
also thank you both, Valerie and Valerie, for having me here. It was a great honor again to present, to share those things with you. It was an honor. Thank you very much. Also
Thank you.
for everyone who attended this webinar. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take
Have a nice
care.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.